Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application, and you can see here we're going to be concentrating on the upper level of over here. You can see there's some fans on the ceiling up here. And then also there's a fan over here. We have a few different areas. We have reclining, some dining, and then a cooktop or kitchen area here with a counter, small counter right here. So let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. Overall dimensions we have here. So essentially I have basically about a 28-foot distance from this wall here to the center point here. And then we have a depth of roughly 13 foot 2 inches to the outer edge of the deck. We also have a ceiling height of approximately 10 feet 3 inches to the ceiling here. And then we also have the fans here. Now I don't have the true diameter of the fans here, but what fan I do have, let's just go ahead and see if I can get this dimension here real quick for you and pop that in. Let's see here. So yeah, I have this at 4'5", 6 inches, 4 foot 6 inches. And in any case, those would be the overall dimensions that I have. I'm just going to throw the overall floor plans that I have here and elevations, so you can see that they do pretty much match up with the drawing itself. I didn't do the details of the staircase over here, nor the staircase over here, so we're just going to be focusing in on this space over here. So all right, let's go ahead and turn that off for right now and turn off the dimensions. So you might see here I have some recessed openings here. This would be for the CD6024 model, so 6,000 watt unit with a flush mount kit. I have it recessed into the ceiling here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that ceiling area. Let's see here, just so we can get a good idea of how this might work. So first of all, what we want to look at is the clearances that we were talking about here before. What we need to do is make sure that we are establishing a 18-inch clearance from this edge of the heater to any combustible materials below the heater itself. So that's what I've done here. So essentially what I've done is taken the heater, moved it from here 18 inches over, this space here 18 inches over, and then I'm going to throw on some distances that I have here so you can see. So that's essentially about 8 foot 8 3/4 of an inch center to center on each one of these heaters. And then in this one here I moved it 7 foot, we'll call it 7'2", but you can see I'm in a little bit of a predicament with regards to the ceiling joists here. Now I'm not sure exactly where the ceiling joists come in contact with the overall plan here, but essentially the problem is that I do need to make sure that I have the clearances met below the heater. So you can see here I'm right at that clearance edge here at 18 inches from this edge here where the fan blade is. Now again, I have that fan blade at a diameter of 4 feet 6 inches, so that might not be true, and that might allow you to push the fan over to the left a little bit if it's, say, a few inches shorter of this ceiling joist here. So that's just something to keep in mind. I don't have the accurate dimension here. So, but again, that's 7'1", 7'2" inches center to center. Now, what I would like to see is a additional unit over here. And the only issue is I'm not quite sure of the true construction here, how that actually works. So that's a little bit of a dilemma for me to make that suggestion. So, you know, like I have it so it's flat over here, so it probably would not work if that's true. Or you could take a heater and mount it on this edge over here and then come out with a extended bracket and then have the heater pointed straight down to the ground so that you get good coverage over this dining space here. So just bear that in mind, and I think that's probably about it for that issue there. So looking over here at the kitchen area and bar stool seating over here, the only thing I could come up with is placing some 6,000 watt units at 18 inches off of this edge here to the edge of the heater. These are CD6024s. Now I had to lower the heater about 2 inches from the center point here to the ceiling, and what you'll need to do is get the extended brackets. You might want to either get the 2-inch or 4-inch extended brackets. When you move these heaters, change the angle of the bracket here, for instance, then it's not going to line up just right. So let's just say that we try to line this up here with the edge over here. So that's a rough alignment there, but you can see that, with the extension here, it looks like a 2-inch extension would work. However, you might want to go with the 4-inch extension here. So just to bear that in mind, let me go back to here, but you can see with the 2 units, one here 18 inches over from this edge, and then this one again 18 inches over from this edge, making sure that we're not making contact with that fan in the middle. Then you'll get a very good coverage here, and I have these 2 heaters pointed straight down to the ground, because once you change the angle of the heater, then you need to change the distance above, which will be 12 inches as opposed to 6 inches. That 6 inches is on this right here side here to the ceiling. So that's why I did what I did. You can, like I said, get an extension bracket and change that angle slightly, and that'd be fine too. And you get a nice crossover that way. So, and also I want to mention that these particular units over here are just centered within the patio span itself. So you can see that we're missing about a foot, 8 inches from this edge here to the outer edge of the patio deck here. And then the same should be true approximately on this side over here. You can see that that's actually over here a little bit more, so maybe we could move this out a few inches to the right here, so get a better coverage on the outer edge here. And the last thing I want to speak of is just the fact that I have this as a wooden finished ceiling. So with a wooden finished ceiling, let me just turn off these clearances for a minute, and also the footprint of heat. So what you need to do with that is you need to make sure that your heater is at the same elevation as the finished ceiling height. So what I've done here, I just moved the heater down at the same height of the wooden surface, and you also need to make sure that you have a 1-inch gap between the ventilation holes of the flush mount kit and the finish of the ceiling itself. That allows the ventilation proper. And so it's something else to think about. Let's see here if there's anything else I want to talk about. Pretty sure that's about it. And I didn't mention the ceiling height, but I do have the ceiling height at 10 foot 3 inches to the finished ceiling height to the floor. And I know there is going to be a beam that comes across here. I just didn't have that whole design. So again, the ceiling height is what's more important than anything else. And of course, we want to make sure that we are meeting the clearances of 18 inches from the edge of the heater here to the right here, and 18 inches from the edge of the heater to the left as well, which should be no problem centering the heaters within that patio span. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers. And we thank you so much for doing that. Have an excellent day.